Shri Gauranga Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura BhaktiVinode. Jai Radhe Jai Krishna Jai Vrindavan Shri Govinda Gopinath Madana Mohan. Continuing our reading, part 3 of chapter 39, entering into the Braj Pastimes of the Lord, Vijay Kumar asks, what is the nature of relationship? The first thing that has to be established is what is our relationship with Krishna. The Goswami says, according to the worshipper's natural taste, the relationship becomes the foundation. In other words, everyone has a natural or inborn spiritual connection with the Lord. And that manifests in a particular type of bhav or relationship. Here the Goswami says, you have the nature of a woman or a gopi, and your taste is for the parakiya ras, following in the footsteps of the gopis of Braj. He says, I see that tendency is within you. So you must think of yourself as a follower of Radha. Your relationship is to be an attendant in serving Sri Radha. You should think in terms, Radha is the Lord of my life, and Krishna is the Lord of her life. Thus Radha and Krishna are the lords of my life. Radha becomes the prominent. Radha is the Lord of my life. And Krishna is the Lord of her life. So I serve Radharani because she is the number one in Krishna's life. So this is the proper mentality in following the mood of the gopis of Braj in the parakiya ras. One should understand relationship first. And that relationship means I am a servant of Radharani. Radha is the Lord of my life. Krishna is the Lord of her life. Thus Radha and Krishna are the lords of my life. I serve Krishna because she is the Lord of Radha's life. So my happiness is serving Radha, whose pleasure is in serving Krishna. Vijay Kumar says, oh, I have now understood the pure Parakiya Bhajan. In conclusion of the pure Gaudiya tradition, the followers of Sri Chaitanya follow in this mood. Now I have understood Sambandha, that is the nature of relationship. But in cultivating my mentality in relationship, how should I think of myself? This is a type of internal meditation. If you're thinking of yourself as a servant of Radha for the purpose of serving Krishna, then you're thinking of yourself, as he says, your nature is that of a woman or of a gopi that's thinking like that. So how should I think like that? For example, what is my age? The Goswami says, in establishing a relationship with Krishna, an astonishing swarup manifests. That is, the true spiritual nature of oneself begins to manifest. And that swarup, or that form, that is the transcendental form in which you serve, is that of a girl of Braj. In other words, if you're thinking of yourself as a servant of Radharani, then naturally you will think of yourself as a gopi, a young girl of Vrindavan. Thus it is very necessary to have a suitable age for serving in that swarup. If you're going to serve Radharani, what is the best age? The most suitable age is called Kaishora. Kaishora is from 10 years to 16 years. That is the thinking of the sadhaka, that I am a young gopi girl in the service of Radharani for the pleasure of Krishna. Your age, starting from 10, will ultimately reach 16 with advancement in service. So there is a sense of growth, even in Braj. One starts as a very young girl, learning the ways of service. following the example of those who are engaged in the service of Srimati Radharani, we learn, kind of like apprenticeship. We're learning how to serve. We have to learn how to serve, so we serve under those who are already established in the service of Radha and Krishna. So as you begin to grow, we'll say starting from the age of 10, ultimately you'll reach the age of 16, but not beyond that. The girls of Braj do not experience younger age nor elderly age. Balya, Paganda, or elderly years, that is not their sarup. That is not their eternal nature. They will never grow old, and they never think of themselves younger than 10. It's almost like manifested from the age of 10 onwards. So you should identify yourself as a girl of the Kaishura age. Vijay Kumar said, "Oh, Prabhu, that is so wonderful to hear. How should I think of myself in terms of a name? Even if I have received a name previously, please give firm teachings concerning this." The Goswami says, "The name of the assistant of Radha's Sakhis, according to the service of which you have taste among the description of the girls of Braj, is your name. So examining your taste, your guru will give you a name that you should know to be your eternal name. You will be a beautiful girl with that gopi name among the girls of Braj." In the Gita Malas, we have been hearing from BhaktiVinode Thakura, both in his book Jaiva Dharma and in his songbook here, the Gita Mala. He thinks in these terms: when will I humbly pray at the lotus feet of the Sakhi, who will mercifully award me service that is appropriate for my constitutional position? The bodily complexion of this Kamala Manjari. So he identifies his name as Kamala Manjari. Her complexion is like lightning. Her dress resembles the stars in the sky. Her age is that of 12 and a half years old, and she resides for service in her grove known as Swananda Sukhada. I desire to know more about the form, the rup. Goswami says, in fixing you as a girl of Kaishura age, the Guru can help determine your siddha deha according to your taste, according to your desire of service. How can one be a servant of Radha if one does not have a spiritual, inconceivable form? Vijay goes on to ask, please describe the group to strengthen my conviction. Goswami says, Radhika is the leader of your group. You always think of Radha in the prominent position. There may be other groups in Braj, but you are in the group of Radharani. That is our mood. We are in the group of Radharani, and amongst the group, she has 8 principal Sakhis, who have also their followers, Ganas. According to taste, we see that your Guru has placed you as a follower of Lalita Sakhi. According to Lalita's order now, serve Krishna, full of pastimes, along with Radha. So, Lalita is principal in Radharani's group. There are 8 principal gopis who serve Radharani, and from them it extends outward. So, he says, you've been placed in the group of Lalita Devi. You should serve Radharani through Lalita Devi, and thereby learn the ways of such service. Radhika is your group leader, and one identifies with a particular service with which one identifies oneself in Krishna's variegated pastimes. How can I serve Krishna? What shall I do? Well, this will awaken within us naturally, and therefore it is said that one should study the eightfold daily pastimes of Krishna. The eightfold daily pastimes of Krishna are described in the Govinda Lilamrita and other books, in which one can meditate upon the pastimes of Krishna through the different aspects of the day. So as one hears about this, one will naturally develop a desire to serve in a particular way. I want to know more about the qualities of service. You will become knowledgeable of all the various arts suitable for service. You will also have the suitable qualities in dress. Oh, please describe this. There are two types of order, nitya and namitika. Disregarding all else, you should perform during the 8 parts of the day nitya service, the eternal service, nitya service, which the merciful Saki has ordered you to do. Through Lalita's group, you will be ordered to render some service. Then you can think, I am the servant of Shri Lalita Devi for the pleasure of Srimati Radharani, and I will prepare these things. Maybe it's making flower garlands, maybe it's preparing the kunja. According to their desire, I will serve. And what is my residence? You should think always that you live eternally in Braj, for Braj is your residence. You are a gopi of Braj, so where do you live? You live in Braj, you live in Vrindavan. You are born as a gopi. This is the way one thinks, cultivates that mentality. I am born as a gopi in a village in Braj. Within the village, you will marry a certain cowherd boy, because the girls of Braj are married. But attracted by the sound of Krishna's flute, you follow a Saki and live in a kutir, in a bower at Radhakund. This abhimana of perfect residence is your residence. Although you are engaged although you are married in accordance with social convention, you don't identify yourself really in that relationship. Your relationship is with Radha and Krishna and the service to them. So you don't really identify so much as a married girl. That's there as social convention. But you're ready to skip out of that at any moment to tend to the service of Srimati Radharani and seeing to the union of that divine couple. Continue, please, says Vijay Kumar, to describe this service. You are a servant of Radha. Her service is your service. Inspired by her, when you approach Krishna, if he shows some attraction for you, you do not accept it. You do not step over Radharani's position. Radha is meant to be with Krishna. So Krishna may show some inkling for you. What is your mood? I am the servant of Radha. If she desires, then I will come to you. But if she does not desire, then no. Whatever pleases Radha is my service. Whatever pleases Radha is my service. Unless given permission by Radha, you do not serve Krishna independently. You do not approach him independently. Though you have equal affection for Radha and Krishna, you have more inclination for the loving service of Radha than for Krishna. In other words, Radha's service is the predominant service that you perform. And if she wants you to please Krishna in a certain way, do certain things, then you do. That is called service. Though you have equal affection for Radha and Krishna, you have more inclination for loving service to Radha than for Krishna. In other words, her order comes first. That is called service. Your service is serving Radha during the 8 parts of the day. According to Swarup Damodar's Kadacha, Das Goswami describes the form of service in his work Bilash Kumanjali. Vijay Kumar says, how is the highest ambition defined? The Goswami says, in 2 verses, we see that Das Goswami explains this parakashta, how you should properly engage. I have now totally spent up my time with great hopes for an ocean of sweetness. O Radha, with beautiful thighs, if you do not give me mercy, what is the use of my life, of Braj or of Krishna? In other words, Raghunath Das Goswami, who's called here Das Goswami, has written, this is the proper mood. That we pray to Radha, that if you do not give me your mercy, what is the use of my life? Even living in Braj, even what is my connection with Krishna without you? O Master, O Moon of Gokul, O Krishna with happy lotus face, O Krishna with sweet smile, O most merciful Krishna, bring me to the place where your beloved plays with you affectionately, so I can serve the both of you. My desire is not to serve you independently. I desire to serve you in connection with Radha. Oh, please now describe Palyadasi's nature. That is also described by Raghunath Das Goswami in his Braj Vilas Stotra. May Shri Lalita Devi, filled with the ras of condensed prem, assuming a bold nature out of her natural affection, who arranges meetings of the dear couple daily and affectionately instructs Radha on pride with great skill, accept me as her follower. This is a prayer, Palyadasi, may I enter now into the group of Lalita Devi. How does the Palyadasi interact with the other assistants of Lalita? All of Raghunath Das Goswami's works are written off the teachings of Swarup Damodar Goswami. I take shelter of the maid servants headed by Rup Manjari. If I come down from Lalita Devi, then there is Rupa Manjari. And in the service of Rupa Manjari, I will also serve. I will take shelter of the maidservants, headed by Rupa Manjari, who are more unreserved in their service than the Prana priestess Sakhis, and who affectionately satisfy Radhika constantly with various offerings, such as betel nuts, massaging her feet, offering her water, and arranging for the meeting of Radha and Krishna. They are unreserved, in other words, being younger in age, Manjari age, they can move about freely and they're uninhibited. They will do whatever is required to see to the union of Radha and Krishna and to see to the pleasure of Srimati Radharani. I should think of them, all the Manjaris, as my teachers in how to serve. They will teach you how to serve. All the Manjaris headed by Rupa Manjari. And in our Chaitanya Sampradaya, we follow the teachings of Rupa Goswami and all of the 6 Goswamis extending outwards, because we see them in a dual role. Within this world, they are the proponents of the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but they are teaching us how to serve Radha and Krishna, because they themselves are actually Manjari maidservants in the service of Sri Lalita and Radha. What is the mood of these Palyadasis towards other Sakhis? Das Goswami has also stated this. May Vishaka, who is the abode of gentle, affectionate jokes, and who derides the cuckoo by her enchanting voice, teach me the art of music. So each of the principal Sakhis can teach us something. So we have to give them all respect. They're all our gurus in serving Radha. Vishaka can teach us how to play music. You should have this type of attitude towards all the other Sakhis also of Srimati Radharani. They're all there to teach you how to serve Krishna through Srimati Radharani. What is the mood of the Palyadasi towards what we may call an enemy party, who are those who, in accordance with Lila, sometimes opposed or antagonistic towards Srimati Radharani's group? Raghunath Das Goswami has said this also. I offer respects to the great fortune opposing party of cowherd girls by which Krishna plays with them, blossoming with desire, in order to increase strongly the Madhurya Ras, shining with great competition for Radha, who is overwhelmed with great pride in her good fortune. There's a type of transcendental competition among some groups of gopis. So this is also just to stimulate Radharani's love to a greater extent for Krishna. Kind of a type of jealous love, which awakens a stronger type of bond because of that. You should keep this bhav towards any rival group in your heart. You can joke with certain individuals appropriately at the time of service, but never criticize like this. The conclusion is that you should serve according to the way that services are described in Raghunath Das Goswami's Vilas Kushmanjali, and you should interact with others as it is also written in his book Braj Vilas Stotra. You should see the activities or the pastimes in the 8 parts of the day according to the descriptions of Vaishak Ananda Stotra and other works. You should absorb your mind in Krishna according to what is taught in the Mana Shiksha. All these books are given to us by the Goswamis to nurture our mood of service to Radharani as gopis of Braj. You should firmly regulate yourself according to the bhav that is also shown in his book Swaniyama Dashaka. Rupa Goswami has described Rasa Tattva in full detail. Mahaprabhu gave him that responsibility. This was the order of Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to Rupa Goswami, to write the details of Ras. Prabhupada gave us the nectar of devotion. That is the writing of Rupa Goswami. That is our first entrance into knowing something about the pastimes and moods of Radha and Krishna and the gopis of Braj. So therefore, Prabhupada wanted to give us that introduction. From there are other books being translated by the disciples of Srila Prabhupada like that one could take advantage of also. Rupa Goswami was given this responsibility by Mahaprabhu. Thus, he has not written about the rasas, how the rasas act during one's worship. In other words, these are moods that he is cultivating, and you can find out more about how to perform particular types of pujas and so forth from other books. Mahaprabhu gave specific individuals different orders. He gave the order to preach, worship endowed with Ras to Swarup Damodar, how to do worship filled with the nature of Ras. That was given to Swarup Damodar. And he also wrote books upon this. He has also written about the external path of worshiping. He gave the internal path to Raghunath Das Goswami. That has been revealed in the works of Das Goswami. He gave the external path to Vakrishwar Pandit. So, Lord Chaitanya saw that all his followers should take up different responsibilities in teaching mankind the ways of devotion to Radha and Krishna, Braj Ras. Mahaprabhu ordered and gave Shakti to Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Prabhu to preach the glories of the name. So he gave some the responsibility of teaching the intricacies of Ras, and then he gave the others, such as beginning with Nityananda and Advaita, the order to preach the glories of the holy name. He gave the order to preach Vaidhi Bhakti and the relationship between Vaidhi Bhakti and Raganuga Bhakti to Sanatana Goswami. And we can see that in his writings. So each of the Goswamis and each of the followers of Mahaprabhu had different responsibilities in order to establish the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which are so vast and wonderful to the world. Not possible for only one teacher to do all of that. So he gave them all. Nityananda and Advaita, you preach the glories. Raghunath Das Goswami, you preach about the internal process of Raganuga, and like that. So, in this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu established his external mission, we'll say, of coming to the world and preaching the glories of the holy name, while he himself lived in the eternal ras of Srimati Radharani's love for Krishna. We know this from the Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And wanting to share that, what he was experiencing, wanting to share that, he gave that responsibility to some of his followers also. So we see that in Krishna consciousness there is a dual path. The path of chanting the holy name and the path of internal bhajan. As we described previously, BhaktiVinode Thakura carried both moods. Both systems are very powerful, because BhaktiVinode ultimately reveals that the power of the holy name, through the pure chanting of Krishna Nam, coupled with Radharani's name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And here Rama means Krishna, the enjoyer, who enjoys pastimes with Radha Raman, or Radha Raman, Radha Kunja Bihari, like that. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was filled with this bhav in himself. So he had to distribute that, and that is the uniqueness of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu avatar, Gaur avatar in this age. And his followers follow that same mood as we described. BhaktiVinode Thakur taught the internal path while teaching the external path also, wanting to establish the church of the holy name. So BhaktiVinode Thakur reveals that so powerful, though, is the holy name, that it in itself will awaken one's natural bhav or mood in loving service to Radha and Krishna. Therefore, those who cannot focus or enter into this deep state of Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti, they can continue to chant the holy name and know for sure that by purifying the heart and raising one's consciousness up with the mood of divine service, one will enter into the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. That is the guarantee given to us by our acharyas. That some may feel inclined, especially those who are retired and live in Braj, they may find their inclination is to enter into the moods of Raganuga Bhakti. But those who cannot focus in that way or are not prepared for that can chant the holy name, serve the divine form, the deity of Radha and Krishna, cultivating internally that I am the servant of Radha and Krishna, and know for sure that awakening of that mood of Braj Bhav will be there, and one will attain to that divine service. Vijay Kumar said, oh, Mahaprabhu gave such responsibility to all his followers. Goswami says, yes, he gave the responsibility of teaching the world the path of Braj Ras. Oh, Vijay Kumar says, I think myself most fortunate hearing all of this. So we conclude this chapter now, entering into the pastimes of the Lord in the mood of Braj Ras. And we'll begin next time reading the 40th chapter, which is the ultimate conclusion, Sampati. So we're at the end of the book, one more chapter. So next time we gather together here, we'll hear from that. But for now, Jai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol, Jai Jai Shishi Radhe Sham.